Nomadic. Stop read. Selfie zoom. Speech off.
Hi guys, good morning. Happy Saturday. This is a chit chat, get ready with me. And a little catch up as well. I hope you guys had an amazing week. I pray you guys are getting rest. You're prioritizing your self-care. You have yourself on your own list every day, not just here and there or once we're in pain or once we're just sick. Guys, and hanging out is not self-care. Kicking it with friends and stretching ourselves after working long days is not self-care. I do agree with having fun, but within a certain time frame. And I do think we need to reevaluate our vacations, because usually what happens is we slam dunk a vacation inside of a very crazy week, and the vacation really is not a vacation. So anyway, guys, it's a little after sunrise here. I've been up for a while and I am well rested. A good bed just makes a huge difference. I actually had been on an air mattress for months, and then a neighbor recommended a furniture store to me in June, I want to say, and I went over there and I checked it out, and it took me like 3 or 4 visits before I found some things that I wanted in comparison to other furniture stores. And anyhow, I'm just one of these people that want to pay a certain price, and I'm willing to wait to just get the quality that I desire in the price range. And I know that these stores will do like delivery and free setup, like they have those sales. So, you know, why pay another $500 to $1,000 in just taxes, delivery, and setup when you could just wait a little bit? So anyway, guys, so I got my bed, and then we had that hurricane, and then I was just like happy to be off the air mattress, because I literally had been on the air mattress since March. So then I was happy to be off the air mattress, but I was like, this mattress is not working out. And so I called last month. I was like, okay, let me call these people and find out, A, did they really give me a queen mattress? B, why does it feel like this? They had the guy come out, like I was telling y'all. I did do a mattress review for y'all, so if you want to watch that video, just hit the video tab at the top of this video, or you can click where my channel name is under this video, VI Life with Kelly. Click on that, and then it'll take you to the video tab. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Guys, we're doing pretty good. We're almost at 1.5K. My goal is 2K in August. How about that? So anyhow, guys, I from the beginning of me being in the store, I was like, hey, I think I need a box spring. They're like, oh no, you don't need one. I'm like, really? So I already, you know, was like, I'm not sure. But like I said, as soon as the guy came, he's like, that was the first thing he said, like, where's your box spring? So case closed. I have had wonderful sleep. I literally blacked out. The first night that they brought my box spring, put me all together. I had some really nice delivery guys. Like I said, I only paid the $50 delivery where they just bring it in the house, but they went on and just put it together for me, took all the trash, everything, sweetie pies. And yeah, so guys, I literally washed all my linen, put everything on the bed. I set here, I normally keep my thermostat during the summer all year long, actually, on 74 degrees, and then I just put it on heater cool and I never turn it off. Here I cannot do that. I wake up hot and angry too much, and like feeling like I'm going through heat flashes or something. So here I have to keep on 70 and debatably maybe 69 or 68. I really have played around with that thermostat, still keeping it on auto, but I have literally played around with it from 72 to 75 degrees, and it's just uncomfortable. So I've learned, because I've been praying about it, like what is going on. I've learned I just rather have it cool in here and then just layer, put my robe and stuff on, than to have it hot and trying to get in that happy space. I do run my fan, which fills in the blanks, and so I'm really happy about that. But no, guys, so literally I took my bath, I got up in that bed, and I was blacked out. As soon as I laid it down, literally, I'm gonna say 5 seconds. So good. I woke up so happy. I'm like, yes, this is it. I will never take that recommendation again that I don't need a box spring, no matter what frame that I have. One thing I'm disappointed about, as I showed you guys in that review, is that my box spring and my mattress are not the same. So they're the different sizes. So check that video out, it's pretty good. And then I just gave y'all some tips for the future. And so that's that on that. But guess what happened? So what was that, Thursday night? Guys, was it? Yeah, it was Thursday. Guys, I came out of Pilates on Thursday and got my butt kicked. Shout out to Kiva. She's the truth. If you're ever in Hollywood, Florida, you need to come to the Hollywood Beach Club Pilates. You need to sign up for a private lesson. You need to get in her class. She will get you together. Okay? Okay. And literally, if you download the Club Pilates app, I re-downloaded on my phone today, and I noticed because it has you select a studio, so you put all that in there. It tells you all the instructors that are at that studio. So if you're looking for a certain instructor, you can literally go to the club tab of the specific location. So I really like that. But they also have substitutes, so sometimes you're not sure because they cover for each other if anybody has to take off. So just call and just go. It's so good. Just get started. The intro classes are free. They're 30 minutes. They offer you a discounted rate on the monthly membership. If you don't want to commit to a membership, you can buy individual classes. Depending on your location, they're anywhere from $25 to $60 a class, or you could buy a 3-pack. Just depends on your location. Some of them are like $79 for 3, $99 for 3. It just depends. So bless yourself with that. But I came out of Pilates, so I did my private lesson, and then I had took a class with Nazreen. So my butt was kicked, right? And literally I'm like sitting in the car. When I came outside, I was like, it's about to rain. I felt like this one little drop of water, and to me it was like, it probably just do a little sprinkle something and be done. But I got in my lift, and where I live, there's bridges for the boats to pass. So there's like the coastal waterway, and then, or the intercoastal waterway, and then there's like the trains. And so is it called the Tri-Rail? I think it's called the Tri-Rail, the Bright Line, or all of the above. The Amtrak and all that. And so you can hop on the train, and the train will take you from like here to Aventura. And it goes as far, I think, as Orlando now. I think somebody was telling me it goes all the way to Orlando. I know for sure it goes to West Palm Beach, and it's on like a 20-minute ride on the train, and $15 on top of that. It'll go from Miami all the way to West Palm. Is like $15. So anyway, at any moment you could get caught by one or the other or both. So there's like this particular light, and you'll just be sitting there like a good 10-15 minutes, you'll zone off. Like, you'll just be like, wow, why are we here? It's quiet and everything. Sometimes you hear, but I started hearing thunder. So I was like, I'm like, I don't know what's about to happen. Is it really about to rain or not? I kid you guys not, because I had put a stop in for Chipotle. I wanted some beans, some black beans and some rice. And I was like thinking, I think I'm gonna get some chips and guac, and that was gonna be my midday snack. I kid you not, it started raining, like raining, pouring, and it was intensifying. By the time we got to Chipotle, which was only a little bit away, it was pouring so hard. My driver wasn't even trying to get out. Like, no way. He was like sitting in his seat, like, yep, it's over there. Literally, like, it's over there. And I was like, where are we? I was like, are we at least in front of the door? He's like, well, there's cars. Well, let me pull up. Like, yeah, you're just go around the cars. Like, it's over there. It's over there. And I'm like, that's interesting. Because I had to tell him, like, my drivers usually take me to the door, because I had to stop in there. Anyway, so he was just like, I'm like, do you have an umbrella? He's like, no, right? I could have sworn, comment down below if you're a driver, do they require that you have a certain amount of things in your vehicle? I remember, like, when I first logged on and set up an account for driver services, it said on there something like you all would have like little things like umbrellas. Back when we were doing masks, you guys would have masks, wipes like Clorox, Lysol wipes, spray, different stuff. Anyway, comment down below if that's true or if that's just whatever you want to do. And then, like, you guys are supposed to be wiping the cars out in between each ride or whatever. I don't know. So I always go with my own wipes, and I'll like wipe the door handles. I think I've told y'all this before, but anyway, literally he's just like, go over there, go over there. I'm like, guys, I said, I was like, I'm scared. I'm like, it's really raining. I don't feel like stepping in water. Like, you know, you don't know. So I opened the door just to test it and closed it, guys, just an open close like that. My whole arm was wringing wet with water. I was like, never mind, sir, just skip the stop and let me just go. I get to my destination, it's raining harder, and I'm like, whoa, I am really about to get drenched. Thankfully, I had a sweater. For some reason, I wanted to wear a sweater, so I had on a tank top, and then I had a sweater. I had just put it on over top because it got cool with all that water. So I was like, okay, let me put my little sweater on. So I was able to cover my watch, and I kept my hair in these two cornrows. As I'll take my cornrows down and put my hair in some type of bun or ponytail before I go to class, and then, or while I'm there, I'll just swoop it up and then work out and then leave and then take my hair back down. Somebody told me like, nah, we're not gonna do that today. And even when I was like, oh, I'm gonna take it down when I'm waiting for my lift when I leave class. And when I felt that little water, I was like, oh, let me just see. And I'm thinking like, oh, once I get to school or whatever, I'll just take my hair down. Guys, that water, I was like, thank God I did not take my hair down. So I'm sitting there, I'm telling my driver like, okay, am I in front of this place where I need to be? And he's like, oh yeah, there's just cars right there, but just go around. He is not gonna help me at all. Okay, so I'm telling him like, oh, I'm a little scared or whatever, but I'm gonna have to just get out. And I prayed like, Lord, stop this rain. And it was just rain. It was just pour. Rain is like an understatement for what this is that I'm talking about. And I'm mad. I thought about it later, like, dang, I should have recorded so you guys could see. And then I should have recorded from the balcony, and then I should have recorded what I was looking like. Okay. So anyway, literally, I just said, oh, I just got to go for it, whatever. So I pulled my arm sleeves down over my watch. I just grabbed my bag tight to me, and I was running into cars and everything. I was like running around the car and just praying and just like going on the sidewalk. Guys, I probably was out there for 60 seconds or less, wringing wet. water just pouring down my face, pouring down my head. I mean, I got my hair washed, conditioned, body washed. It was like I ran through one of those car washes that you drive your car through. Guys, I was so wet. So literally, I've never taken my hair down since then. I have not, because I was trying to decide, what am I gonna do? Am I going to go on and straighten it? And I had thought about doing that, like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead on and wash and put some heat protectant in my hair, and I'm gonna go on and blow dry my hair with y'all. And I was like, no, because it said for the next few days it was going to be thunderstorming. It's a heat advisory, like all this different stuff. So I was like, like, keep doing that over and over? I'm like, nah. So guys, I want to show y'all my hair after that happened. This is like 36 hours later, basically. This is like 36 hours later. Okay, another thing, what's on my lips is this Lancome lip glow. So I know I get that question quite a bit. What am I doing today? I'm so up and alert and like happy right now. I wanted to get in a Pilates class. The thing with me in Pilates is it's so packed. Like, the schedule is full and you really have to be on top of it to get in there. But another thing is, like, I don't never know how my day is gonna go or how I'm going to feel, or like how much rest I'm gonna get, like just so many things. So I don't like signing up for classes too far in advance, because if I have a headache, if I don't feel good, if anything happens that throws my schedule off, then I gotta call or try to negotiate, ask somebody like, can you please not charge me for missing this class, because they charge you anywhere from 10 to 15 to 30 to the class price for not coming when you've scheduled. Oh, this is pretty, huh, guys? I think it feels really pretty. So this is how your hair is when it's wet and you have shrinkage and then it gets curled. I did spray some PM spray in my hair. I did put coconut oil, which I use as a cleansing agent for my scalp. But how cute, guys. It's time for me to get my hair, not my hair, it's time for me to get my nails done. It's been past time for me to get my nails done. I told y'all last weekend I need to get my nails done, but I don't like going. I just don't. It doesn't matter. I don't like doing all that stuff anymore. I don't like going to the hair salon. That's why I would just comb my own hair. I don't. It takes too long. The experience is never what I want. As far as my nails, I don't care for it, because unless I get the same person that I like, I don't want to be bothered. This lady that I got the last time I went, she was pretty rude. She was just like asking me different questions, and she didn't want to give me fresh water. So this is my thing, and y'all who know my day ones, y'all know, then you know, and those that don't. When I go to the nail salon, if you put my hands in the water at the same time, I'll do that. But if you do one hand in there while you're doing whatever to this hand, and this hand has had time to soak off and all that, you can't turn around and put that hand in that dirty water. To me, it's disgusting. It's disgusting, because for me, it's like this hand has soaked off all the elements, whatever was under the nail, whatever was around the cuticle bed, whatever is all in there. So for you to dip this hand in the dirty water behind it, it doesn't work for me. And so as soon as I asked her to go get me another, like, can I have, if you're gonna, and shout out to nail techs, but I think it's quite lazy of you, and it's very much giving nasty, like you're not hygienic when you do that. And I haven't had that experience that much until Florida. Like, I'm like, what is wrong with y'all that you don't know to put fresh? If you're going to do 2 individual hands, then you have a hand for each. Or if you're going to do 1 bowl and you do 1 hand or the other in there at a time, then you're going to go get fresh water for the new hand and let that hand soak in its own fresh water. And you know what they'll tell me as a response? Are y'all ready for this? Oh, it's your hand. Okay. So because it's my hand dirty, because it's my hand's dirtiness, I should be feeling comfortable to put my other hand in there. Guys, I'm just like, wow. I'm like, dirty water is dirty water. It doesn't matter if it's my hand or your hand. It's dirty water, man. And I'm not going to... You just finished cutting my nails, whatever you did, doing my cuticles, whatever, taking off the polish, all that for the 1 hand, and you want me to dip it in this hand and act like it's being cleansed or the cuticles are being softened. And then they start telling me like, oh, if you don't put it in there, then your cuticles are not going to soften, you're not going to get as good of a manicure. I'm like, that's not the problem. I just want you to get me some fresh water. They're like, oh, you're going to wash your hands anyway. I'm like, absolutely. I said, but the thing is, you guys normally just spray alcohol and wipe my hands right here, so I don't have to get up and walk around and blah, blah, blah. So I just want fresh water per hand. Guys, I promise y'all. And they get mad, guys. They get an attitude with you when you do that. And I'm like, how is it that you're mad that all you have to do is get up and walk however many feet it is to the sink? And the amount of time that you're going back and forth with me, the pushback and switching up my energy, that's how long it took. Less than that to just get up, go rinse it out, put some fresh water in there, put the cuticle, whatever stuff in there, boom, stick my hand in there and keep it moving. What's wrong with that? It's a customer service position. I feel like service providers, and this is like a universal problem, some people are just not with customer service. Like, they'll cause more problems than it's worth. It's like, why are we even talking about this? Just get some fresh water. It's not a time for you to understand it or for you to put your feelings on it. That ain't it. The thing is, just, do you want a tip? Do you want me to come back? Do you want me to ask for you again? Or do you just want me to be like, let me get somebody else on? You want me to get the manager? You want this to be a free service? Like, think about it. Like, seriously? I wouldn't let anybody get on my nerves, and I'm working on them. Nothing is going to stop me from keeping you happy and getting my tip. That's just what it is. So anyway, guys, I don't like going to get my nails done. I don't like going to get my hair done. I will. And when I find people that I love, like Christina in Blow Dry Bar in Allen, Texas, that's my girl. I really like her for getting my hair done. I will really go all the way to Dallas to get my hair done if I need to. And so far, I like Tipsy Salon Bar for my nails. But I had a favorite salon in Buckhead, actually, and they moved. So, and then they joined with this other salon that was okay for me. So, but they had this one particular nail tech. I don't know what her name is. I don't remember it right now. But when I tell you, she does a great manicure and a really great neck and shoulder and upper back massage. And they do this thing when it was Signature Nails on Peachtree Road. They moved from there because they said they raised the lease to an astronomical price. When it was them, and I used to go get my nails and feet done, guys, they would do this like Tapotment. guys, it's the way you need to say this modality. There it is. That is the modality. So topotman is when they're like, or percussion, when they're like beating like a drum on you. And that's the name of the modality. And they will do that in my face. God, that feels so good. I promise you, they go hard on that massage. I'm like, there. I miss them. That was my favorite. Signature nails. The salon was always clean. It always smelled good in there. They had good products. You know, those are my girls. So yeah, but it's not my favorite thing. Now I'm just thankful that I have products and things that I know how to basically keep up with my hair myself. And I'd rather just have 2 cornrows, or just wear my hair Shaka Khan, or put it in a ponytail. Like, I'm just gonna pray and figure it out than to go keep trying places. I told you guys, this girl here at the dry bar by my house, I'm really sad about it because it's a perfect location. The price is really good. And like I said, that girl, I think her name was Victoria. I did a video, if y'all want to watch it, in April. That girl tore through my head so bad. I have never had that kind of pain in my head in my life. I was in so much pain. I almost called them and talked to this girl personally and tell her, I am in so much pain behind what you did to me. And the saddest part is, over the years of my life, I have story after story to share with you guys about people ripping my hair out, cutting my hair off, burning my hair out. They have over processed my hair with hair colors. I remember this one time, and I should have left then. I went to get my hair done in Arlington, Texas, and I was getting it colored for a talent show I was in. This girl went next door to the beauty supply and got a Dark and Lovely blonde hair coloring kit. Guys, I almost lost all my hair. That Dark and Lovely dye dried my hair out so bad, I was scared to death. I was literally going to the store buying moisturizers, taking out whole bottles of, and I would just drench my hair. It would suck it all up. My hair was like hay. It was that dry. I would put so much, I would just go down my hair, and then I would cornroll it in 2 cornrows every day and take it down, and it would be like this, but it would be even thicker than this. Like, it would be so thick. And because my hair was like, this right here is like equivalent to 1 section of how thick my hair used to be. This is 1/4 of what my hair used to be. I would put that, and I would take my hair down every day. I would have to go back and put a whole nother bottle. Guys, I was scared to death. I have gone through so much. I had a hairstylist one time, look, story time. She parted my hair from left to right, from ear to ear, and then combed it down and around in front of my face, and then went and did a blunt chop. Guys, I almost kicked this woman. You tell me I want to fight? I left there. My hair was down past, because I used to have the hardest time getting my hair past the middle of my back for years, right? My hair was down past the middle of my back. When I left out of there, my hair was probably to my shoulders. I had to put my hair in a ponytail and didn't even look at it or touch it. I was so livid. When I told you, this woman cut it off, did a blunt chop. I left out of there. I said, let me put this hair. I put it, left out the hair salon, I put it in a ponytail. My ponytail was probably like 4 or 5 inches long. My ponytails are never 4 or 5 inches long. My ponytails are always like 12, 15 inches. Like this little. Guys, woo! I promise y'all, I never went to Precious again. And Precious had good prices. She was like from New Orleans, Louisiana. And that woman cut my hair off. I've never again. And after that, anytime I had to get my hair trimmed from then on, I would say, do not do a blunt chop. Only cut 1/2 inch of my hair and cut it the way it grows, because my hair grows in a U. I said, just cut it the way it grows and don't do anything else. They still will cut 2 inches. Okay, one time a lady cut 5 inches. I never went back to her either. Like, I don't care, guys. It's hard out here for women with long, thick, healthy, beautiful hair, and going to stylists and trying to find someone that loves you enough not to cut your hair off and not be jealous, or that just knows what they're doing. You know, it takes a while. In my life, I've probably had 3 stylists that I could think of. Shout out to Jade in LA and Inglewood, California. Much love to you. She was awesome. Miss Marilyn was awesome. She's in Inglewood, California as well. I don't know if they're still there, but shout out to Jade and Miss Marilyn. I love them. Really took care of my hair. Jade takes all day, but she's perfectionist, and your hair comes out bomb. It's gonna be all day, but it's worth it. Miss Marilyn, she's gonna get you out of there way quicker, but your hair is gonna be great. Those 2 ladies, yes and yes. Miss, what is her name? I want to say it's Shamika. I always mix her name up, guys. Misha. It's Misha, actually. Her mom's name is Anita Murray, and they're in like Misha's like in Duncanville, Texas, and her mom was in like Hurst, Texas area. Just look them up online, guys. Those 2 ladies, hands down, they do some really good hair. They use phenomenal products. Misha's another one that takes all day, but your hair is laid. It's beautiful. I have come out of her salon. My hair is shining. My daughter's hair is beautiful, shining for weeks. And they don't just like me. I'm always just gonna get like a deep conditioner, protein treatment, and just a flat iron, right? And then I'll just leave. Most people just give me a part or something or bump my ends. That's the end of it. She will give you like a look, like a cut, but a look. But you didn't get your hair chopped off. Like, and she will go through in every strand. It's like gorgeous. You're there all day, but she is gonna pay her money. Whatever she says, just pay it. So those 2 ladies, and there's somebody else. Oh, Christina at Dry Bar in Allen, Texas. Love her as well. And I'm trying. Oh, Brandon in Atlanta, in Buckhead. He's good. It was like somebody else I was thinking of that I was gonna say, and it'll come back to me in a minute, I guess. But pretty much in my whole life, coast to coast, you know, my favorite people, it takes a long time to find people that don't cut your hair off, don't burn your hair out, don't use harsh products on you, don't, like I told you guys before several times, like I told you, I did videos on why I don't go to Ulta, why I don't go here and there, have your hair wiry. I mean, guys, I grew my hair out all the way to the bottom of my back in college, wore cornrows for a whole year, grew all the way to the bottom of my back, went to get my hair done. Lady cut the hair off, cut it off. And then she did, I told her don't cut, because she was like, if I cut all the dead ends off, your hair is going to be to your shoulders. I'm like, are you kidding? That's 12 inches of hair you're trying to cut off. I don't know why hairstylists are obsessed with cutting the hair off. I don't know. But they're like, oh, you want it to be healthy and all that. I'm like, no, ma'am, I don't. Because I don't see or feel the split ends you keep talking about. I don't agree. What you can do, you can just trim 1/2 inch, and I'll come back and we'll do another 1/2 inch, and we'll just go from there. I don't care. No, I'm not believing in Glam Twins. You know, they do, they cut their hair every 6 months. They dye their hair and cut their hair like every 6 months, and they may do a few inches. But you're talking about people who have their hair to their butt, you know, like, come on. So for me, I just don't value it. I remember I used to use like Glam Twins, and then I would meet a couple girls here and there like out and about, they had like gorgeous hair. I remember there's a beauty supply, I think it's called Trade Secrets. It was in the mall, like the Parks Mall in Arlington, Texas. And I would go in there looking for products, and I would meet girls. I met this one girl, her hair was, you know, to the bottom of her back. She's black. She didn't even want to tell me what she was using. She was like, she was like, oh, I do my own hair. Because I was like, who do you go to get your hair done? Because it's like really challenging, you know. And she's just like, oh, I do my own hair. I'm like, well, what are you buying? Do you mind sharing with me what you're using? Guys, she didn't want to tell me. And I'm trying to remember what it was called. You know, I might have to just leave a comment later because I don't remember. But over time, just watching videos like Long Hair Don't Care, the Glam Twins, Beauty by Gabby, just different ones, I noticed everybody who has long, thick, beautiful hair does their own hair, and they use really good professional conditioners. They use whatever they're doing to their hair, they use a product applicable to that. So if they're blow drying their hair, they use a blow dry product, a heat protectant. If they're going to curl or flat iron their hair, they're going to use a heat protectant, something that tells you that it's going to help straighten and protect your hair. If they're going curly, they use Curly Girl products. Like, they're not just washing and conditioning their hair and hoping that it works out. And even when they say the whole thing like use a dime size amount or a quarter, like that dime size amount stuff, guys, is not real. Not for long, thick hair. You're going to use more than a dime size, more than a nickel size amount. But I will say, and I do agree, that the application of the product makes a world of difference. And if you're stressing and not taking the vitamins, that it also. And for example, I do believe, like, I had done like 3 sets of dye. When was that? I think it was last year. I don't even remember. And I think that had like thinned my hair out. And so I took a break. Like, I just waited a super long while. And and then I haven't been taking vitamins. I just started back taking vitamins every day again, but I only take the multivitamin women's. So I would tell you guys, if you're not drinking enough water, eating plenty of fruits and vegetables every single day, and using your vitamins and using, you know, conditioners and moisturizers and oils every day, then you're not going to get the retention you're looking for. If you're not wearing your hair in more protective styles than anything else. And I understand we want to be popping and we want to pop out and we want, you know, the color and we want the different looks and everything. But if you go on and make the sacrifice to wear your hair in more protective styles more often than not, then you'll get the length, you'll get the thickness. This is really cute to me. I feel like I have shrinkage, and my hair is more, because the more that I comb and braid and oil my hair, the thinner it gets, because it's like weighted down, right? So like, the shorter your hair is, if your hair is like shoulder length, then, you know, or you know, to your ears, in between ears and shoulder length, then it's going to be fuller, because the weight of the hair is not as much, right? So, but yeah, I hope that helps. I answered a few of y'all's questions. Another thing I wanted to tell you guys, I'm gonna turn around so I can show y'all what it's looking like. Hopefully you have a good view to the front, because with my hair being the way it is, and remember I got poured on, and this is hair 36 hours later that's been left in cornrows. My hair was in those cornrows for like 3 days. So let's just turn around, because this is an immediate style. I'm going to get my nails done prayerfully. I really don't feel like it, but here it is. I wonder, can y'all see my guys? I don't know. I love Ross and everything, but when it comes to workout clothes, it's like a hit or miss big time. So here it is. Hopefully you guys can see what it looks like in the back. Hopefully y'all can really see that. I don't know. Let me see. Let me get closer to y'all. Let me get closer to y'all because, guys, I set up here and yeah, I feel like we're good. So yeah, I believe y'all can see. Like when I turn, kind of go back, down, and around. Yeah, I think we're good. So, guys, I just watched this movie. Shout out to whoever's uploading these YouTube movies on here for free. It's like thousands of them. I just watched this movie called An Affair to Die For. If you like suspense thrillers like I do, where you got to figure it out and there's always another twist to it, then watch that movie because it's good. And if you have visual impairment like I do, watch it on your TV where you have the narration option where it's going to tell you all the tidbits, because otherwise if you watch it on your phone like I just did, you're going to be lost at the end a little bit, because there's parts at the end that you need the visual content to bring it all together full circle. Shout out to my Be My Eyes volunteers. I had this girl watch like the last few minutes with me to tell me what happened. But basically, the movie starts off, and spoiler alert, if you're the person that doesn't really want to hear about it, you just want to watch it, then please watch it and then comment down below and tell me what you gathered happened at the end. But this is just my thoughts real quick. I'm going to tell y'all a quick summary, and then I'm going to tell you guys. And when you do a braid out, this is considered like a braid out. It's like you kind of like pull the strands to kind of just like get the volume, but you don't break it apart because then you lose the style. I will tell you though, like once I go outside and that heat gets into it, it'll just continue styling my hair for me. So I don't really do too much. Cause I'm on a snack. Like I'm hungry right now. I'm really trying to decide what I'm about to eat. I'm probably about to have some cereal though, because if I do too much, then cereal. I'm in the mood for some Honey Nut Cheerios. Because see, I could just throw it up, and use my little scrunchie. And this scrunchie was sopping wet. I hung it on the hanger in the bathroom and I just let it dry out. It was sopping wet. But yeah, okay, so let me tell y'all about this movie real quick. So the movie starts out where this woman is on the phone driving, talking to her husband on the phone, and she's going to a conference or something for work. Her husband's like, hopefully we can do something together next weekend. And she's like, yeah, we'll see, or whatever. So by the time they're about to get off the phone, she notices her husband's in the car driving too. She's like, oh, where are you going? He's like, Costco. She's like, oh, that's so unnecessary, whatever. He's like, yeah, well, oh yeah, remind me what the code to the sprinkler system or whatever is. Okay, so they get off the phone and she pulls up to this resort. Okay, so now she gets out the car and she's greeted by the valet or what have you, and they're like, oh, you must be Mrs. Whoever, which is a totally different name. And then they bring her to the Black Diamond Suite. So, you know, they asking her how long she been married. She's like 21 years, whatever. She's like, oh, your husband must be a lucky man, this and that. The next thing you know, she goes in the room, she's all happy looking at everything, whatever. And she ends up being greeted by her lover. Her lover is a 27-year-old. Now, from here, I'm just going to be talking. Like, you have to watch the movie because I'm not going to go like moment for moment. These are just things that I've understood since I've watched it now. But these are my questions too. I don't really like, I love a suspense thriller, but I do not really like watching it by myself because I just have like questions. But anyway, her lover is 27 years old and he's her student, okay? And they've been seeing each other like almost 6 months. Her lover's also married. Come to find out, he approached her because he was failing her class, and then it just went from there, right? Now, the husband has found out about the situation. He's done called the boyfriend on his cell phone, the lover, to tell him that he knows about everything and he has his family. He has the wife screaming in the background like, I'm gonna kill them if you don't keep my wife in that room for the whole weekend and come out like nothing's happened. So boom, it's on and popping. Now, also the lover did some weird stuff and had her like, what the heck is going on? Which I now believe the husband actually did the crap to her, and the lover just covered it up because the husband called him, right? So then he's like, I don't care what you gotta do, but make her stay and don't say nothing. Okay, boom. So the wife, you know, she wakes up like, oh no, get this off of me, and you don't have the right, we're not doing that, and this and that. So he makes it up that he was just trying to do something new and exciting because she says she like it rough, whatever, blah blah blah, this and that, right? So she goes for it. She's trying to calm herself down from whatever he did, because remember, I don't really know, she's just freaking out about whatever he did supposedly, but I think it's the husband that did it. Okay, literally, she goes in the bathroom trying to get herself together. Her husband's calling her phone. She finally answers the phone like, hey babe. He's like, what you doing? She's like, I just got a break, you have good timing, this and that, whatever. So then he's like, oh well, so you're in Colorado Springs? She's like, yeah. He's like, no you're not, you're in Aspen. So he starts saying, listen, you don't have much time, we don't have much time, let me just say this real quick, the person you're with is dangerous, you're in danger, blah blah blah. She's like, oh no. So she's still trying to play it off and laugh it off like, no. He's like, yeah, you're with Everett, blah blah blah. She's like, no, that's one of my students, hun, blah blah blah. She's still trying to play it off, Bottom line, he finally convinces her, no, this is not a game, you're in trouble, dude gonna try to kill you, whatever. So now he's like, get out of there, do whatever you gotta do to get out of there. So now she's trying to find every excuse under the sun to get out of this suite with this dude, and the dude is doing everything under the sun to keep her. So finally, and then security keeps coming to their room because of all this going on, right? But why is it, whatever happens, because I'm speeding past a bunch of stuff, so guys, definitely check this movie out. It's called The Affair Worth Dying For. So literally, dude ends up telling her what's going on because he realizes that she is scared of him, and you know, he don't have a choice but to tell her what's going on. Because he did that, then they send him a, what's it called when you order in, whatever you call it, when you order in, they bring it to your door. They send him a tray talking, and he's like, oh, let me go to the door and answer the door. When he answers the door, it's his wife's finger and a note or whatever, because you did not follow instructions, right? Or so he thinks. So the person that brings them their dinner, they're like, oh, well, what's for dinner? He's like, I don't know, but it sure does smell good. When they open it up, it's raw steaks. So the wife's like, oh, I love a rare steak, blah, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, over time in this movie, right? Once again, security keeps coming. They keep saying everything's okay, whatever. Then now they're trying to get, you know, rid of each other. They end up blacking out, waking up, and they're like in this situation where they're tied up, whatever's happening. The husband then got killed too. Well, he's like needs help. She's trying to get to him, but the lover won't untie her to help him, because now the rules of engagement are one of you all can make it, but the other one can't, because you guys broke what you were supposed to do. So now that you broke what you were supposed to do, one of you all can leave, but the other one can't. So now they're trying to figure out who's gonna die, who's not gonna die between the two of them. I'm watching this movie like, this is so crazy, because I'm like, they're so engulfed in whatever, they don't realize like, okay, whatever's gonna happen is happening. We're already in the thick of it, and it's like you're making a deal with the devil. Like, that's never gonna work out. So literally, she kills the lover, right? Because she's like, no, you gotta die, I'm going home. That's just it. It just is what it is. She sits up there and stays with him until he takes his last breath, because her whole thing is, you sat up and let my husband die when I could have helped him, because you didn't want to what's it called, unlock me so I could go to him, and I'm going home to my daughter. So while the guy is dying, you know, he's like, do you think they'll ever forgive me? Do you think this? Do you think that? Please don't let them know what happened, whatever. So after that happens, the phone starts ringing. He's dead, her husband's dead, which was shocking to me, because I'm like, dang, I thought the husband was gonna make it on top. I did think he was gonna let the wife live, because I thought he was gonna blame her for everything. But anyway, and during the movie, I do start thinking that the husband and the wife of the cheaters are in on it together. I do think they're working together. So anyway, the phone starts ringing, and it's this person with this distorted voice. And at this point, I'm thinking to myself, I don't think the husband's really dead. Like, that's what I'm thinking. So it's this person with this distorted voice, and they're like, great, you can leave now if you want. You just need to blow up the room. There's something in the microwave. You need to set it for 30 seconds and it'll destroy everything. You need to just get out there. You can leave now, or you could come to room 503 and I'll show you who I am. I'll tell you why I did this, and then you can leave. I won't do anything to you, I promise, whatever. I'm like, if you don't leave, right? This fool, of course, because it's a movie, she wants to go to 503. So she goes to 503. It's the lover's wife. So at that moment, it starts all coming together. Now, when it's all coming together, that's when they're showing these clips. So if you don't have narration telling you what the clips are, this is where you're going to be really lost. And so they start showing all these clips, you know, kind of like of what happened, when, where, how, all this stuff that she might have overlooked, just things that were said, heard, all that stuff. So my gatherings are, because the last parts of the movie, it's just like noises. There's no more dialogue. It's just like a fight and all that. And then it's just like the credits, and you just have to be able to watch and see whatever. So the women start fighting, of course, because what I've gathered, and comment down below if I'm wrong, I want to know, because I really do want to know. What I've gathered is the wife planned to kill everybody from jump, or she planned to kill the men and set the cheating wife up for the whole thing. Because based off of what she said, it was like, once she saw the woman, she's like, my husband was obsessed with you, and now that I've seen you, I can see why, right? And I asked one of my Be My Eyes volunteers to look at it, and I was like, so does one of them look younger than the other? Now, they said in the movie his wife was 27. They have a 1.5-year-old baby. But the woman said they both look the same. So I'm like, either this cheating wife teacher looks really good for her age, or, you know, the wife, you know, of the cheating husband is not keeping up with herself, or they just look good, because the girl said both of them look good. Whatever. So she's just like, now that I see you, I see why he's obsessed. Of course, the wife, so the wife of the cheating husband's name is Lydia, okay? And the wife of the cheating, and the wife that's cheating on her husband, her name's Holly. So of course Holly looks light, you know, light hair, like blondish, and of course Lydia is like dark hair. Because they always do that. They always make like the bad person or the twisted crazy person be like dark hair, and then like the one that's like fighting for the light, even though they did F stuff too, you know, like that's the lighter blonde hair person, whatever. Anyway, so guys. So the girl's like, my husband was obsessed with you. Now that I see you, I could see why. And then she's just like wanting to kill her. And then so I'm gathering that what happened is the wife ended up hating everyone. And I was reading a lot of the comments too. And I want to tell y'all something else about Kendra G before I let y'all go too. I was reading a lot of the comments, but what I've gathered is the wife hated everyone. She hated her husband for cheating on her, period, and then continuing lying in her face, whatever, and that she wasn't enough for him. She hated the woman he was cheating with for manipulating him, being unfaithful to her own vows and being, callous to the fact that this is a married man. So she just hated that whole thing, right? And then the jealousy of it, like, I'm not enough, this woman does it for him, look at them, blah blah blah, and then he comes home to me like whatever, right? Okay, cool. Then I believe she hated the husband of the wife that her husband's cheating with because of his inconsistencies as well. Like, you done drove this woman to cheating because you're not being the man that she wants, or you're promising her whatever the dynamic was, that your wife is so lonely and stooping down to this point where she got to be preying on her students, or that she's open and receptive to the sexual temptation and lure of her students, whatever it is. I hate you too. You need to die too, because you're at the root of this problem as well. So I was just like, ooh, this movie is off the chain. But the part that I don't understand as well, at the end, it's like the woman that survived Holly, which is the wife, the teacher, the one that's cheating, right? I don't understand why at the end, because she kills the other girl, Lydia, whatever she did. That's what I understand. She threw her over something and all that. And you just hear security like, ma'am, I need you to be really still and just raise your hands. And I just need you. And then she just like in this cloud and daze. It's like they're just like in the background. You hear them. And then my volunteer says she just closes her eyes and then it just goes to black. And that's the end of the movie. So I'm not understanding if security broke in the room and she's like having one of those temporary insanity moments, or that's what they're making it like, or what, like what really happened. And if y'all watch the whole movie and it's a different spin to it than what I'm gathering, please tell me, because sometimes I'll watch a movie and get a whole nother spin to it when it had a whole nother dynamic. So one of my friends growing up, she was like always so cool to watch movies with, because she's always reading books and she's this type of person that likes, the twists and the turns, and she's like always got these conspiracy theories anyway. So her summary of a movie is always really interesting. But yeah, that's what's going on. Okay, back to Kendra G. Guys, so this is what I want to tell y'all real quick, and then I'm gonna let y'all go have a great Saturday. Okay, because it's I think it's probably like 9 a.m. at this point. Guys, there was this girl that was on Kendra G's show last year, as in 2023. I'm not remembering her name right now, but she was 27 at the time, and she was a mother of 5. I think she had like 2 sets of twins and another child, and her child's, no, she didn't have 2 sets of twins, because she had a set of twins and then 3 children. And her first and third child had different, so all of her children have different fathers. So the first and third child, the father of the first chose to take care of those 2 children for her. Then the second child's father kept that child. And then her twins got taken from her after she had them. So she said there was an allegation that she was on drugs. And then when she had them, and then the father's like 60 plus, so they wouldn't release the children to him, and they wouldn't release the children to her their aunt, which would be his sister, right? So she said they tricked her into signing a document like for an investigation. So they told her like, well, if you don't have nothing to hide, then just sign off on it. And so she was like, okay, fine. And she signed it, and she's never seen her kid, like never gotten them since. So they took her children from her. They put them in foster care with this lady, and she's been fighting to get her children ever since. And she said they drug screened her, they test her, and all that, and she didn't have drugs in her system, but they still wanted to investigate her or what have you, right? So people weren't believing her story. She's like 27. She's a cancer. No, matter of fact, she's 28. I think her name was like Jaquetta something. She's from Riverside, California, and they found her dead in November, like right after Thanksgiving. I think it was November 24th last year, and they found her dead in the back of her car. She had frozen to death in Apple Valley, California, right? It has really bothered me. That popped up on my news feed like, I don't know, Tuesday, Wednesday, a few days ago. And I was like, I remember watching her on Kendra G, and Kendra was like, do you really think you should be focusing on getting a man right now? Like, you're saying that you're living out your car because you have this lawsuit going on and that, and you're supposed to be getting, you know, $1 million settlement, and you're trying to get your kids back. And she's like, don't you feel like you just need to be in therapy and focus on that? And she's like, girl, yeah, I'm ready though. I'm in therapy and this and that. And she's like, you know, I could go stay with my mom, but I don't want to be anywhere I don't am not wanted. And so I just make me a little thing in the backseat of my car, and I just go to work. She's like, I'm leaving work now and this and that. And she just came out like telling like how she was a stripper, and how she had got her body done, and how she had this and that. And at this point, she's looking for a woman, and she really don't care. A person would be great. Like, she said so much stuff, right? And people were basically saying like they felt like she was suffering with mental illness, and they felt like you know, she was on drugs. And honestly, I have put a comment like, we need to pray for each other all the time. I was like, we just need to pray for each other, you know, pray that this young lady gets total healing and gets her children back. Because she was saying that she felt that she was set up, and that they were plotting on her to take her kids. And that really does happen, guys. People really do get their kids stolen from them. There is an industry where people are pretending to be adoption agencies, all kinds of things to get people's kids. Like, I've watched movies about people who have gotten their babies stolen while they're taking showers and stuff, you know, like all kinds of things. And it's really sad. But, you know, I was like so sad that this girl died. Now, everybody was scared for her because she was publicly telling all her business, where she worked. She was talking about her settlement she was going to get, how she sleeps in her car, you know. So it was like anybody that reaches out to her could pretend to be whatever, you know, to get close to her and take her money and kill her, like, or anything else, whatever, you know. And so people were like, she shouldn't be telling, you know, and this and that, and Kendra should consider taking this video down. Like, we know no videos come down, but sometimes we need to protect people. And this, I mean, literally. And I've been wondering, comment down below if you watch Kendra G Singles. Has she addressed this particular guest? Like, what happened to her? Do you guys have any idea if she knows what ended up happening to this young lady? Because I just find it so crazy that this girl died in the back of her car, froze to death. Like, I'm baffled by that. I'm really baffled by that. And then I was looking online, I was trying to find like her story. Comment down below if you found her actual story, if it's being investigated, if there, you know, anything else to it. But I do agree that Kendra needs to change her questioning, and she needs to stop people from telling all their business. I think that she needs to act like an auntie like someone that is going to protect people from themselves. And I think her show will still be just as equally entertaining and just as equally connecting people to a viable option. But I do think some of her videos do need to be taken down. I think that she needs to watch her videos. I think if she's gonna do live like she does every day and all that and repost these videos, she needs to, the ones, either she's gonna have to edit these highlights where they don't, and edit that stuff out, or she's going to have, and then when they're on live, she's gonna have to cut them off. Hey baby, stop, you're not gonna say that, okay? What I'm at, all I want to know, she needs to start telling people, don't tell me where you work. All I want to know is the title. Don't tell me where you work. Don't tell me about any loss. If you're getting settlements, don't tell me any of that stuff. And don't tell me every single thing you do. If you just tell me your mate, just tell me. Matter of fact, and she doesn't have to let people tell them what she does. All you need to say is, are you employed, a student, full-time? She probably have to start asking questions like that, because I don't even watch Kendra's show like that to be keeping up. Like, this is stuff that just pops up in my suggested feeds, and I really feel like it'd be like the Holy Spirit, because I'm really not into watching a lot of negative, digressive things. I don't feel that it's good for you. You know, it's not good for you to absorb a lot of negative, devilish content. Like, so I don't do it. And so I'm saying, like, just leave a comment down below. Let me know. And you guys love to message me directly, which is so super cute. Let me know if you feel the same way. If you watch this singles dating show, I really feel like she does need to redirect her questioning. I think that a lot of it is none of our business. And I think that a lot of people that come on her show, by the time she finishes digging and questioning, they're not suitable candidates for anyone. And I do agree. Somebody had put a comment in there like, Kendra needs to end these segments, just like how she hangs up on people if they're married now. She needs to hang up on people when you clearly see they're, you know, not in a good space. She needs to end it right then and there. Like, no, we're not going to go any further. Come back after you finish like 6 months of therapy or something like that. I just, I think that she should stop all that. And I do think it's her responsibility to protect people from themselves. I absolutely do believe that. So, and she's very disapproving. It's not like it's going to be any different than who she is. You can tell who she likes and approves of, and you can tell who she does not, because she'll hurry up and hang up on them. She won't repeat their social media. She'll just be like, well, there it is, and she'll get a click, and she'll, ooh, child, which child, and all that stuff like that. And so just go ahead on and take it a step further, and let's stop people from telling them all their business, where they work and all that, all their titles. If you want to be in their, you know, if you want to be more specific, just say, are you employed? You hourly? You a salary? Are you, you know, 50? Just let them answer some general questions. Are you 50K and up? Are you 100K and up? If you feel that's such a importance, if it's so important for your supposedly, you know, guests to understand, to me, I would love, if I could sit down and collaborate with Kendra on new questions, I would love to do that, actually. I think that will really work, because, and I think that maybe she should do behind the scenes. Maybe that's what she should do. Instead of having these daily lives anymore, I think that maybe she should have a daily request. And that way, you know, so many people every day can request to be on her show, and then she can privately screen and film them, and then she can, you know, ask them yes or no, can you be on, do you want to be a highlight, whatever. And then she can post the highlights of what's to come, and then make that the show. and then go out of whatever. If she got 10, 20 people, now she edits it and posts it. Boom. And you got to see the show. I really think that's the best way to do it. And that way, you know, you protect your brand. You have a better selection. People got everybody's contact information, whoever want to talk to them, boom. And I love that idea, actually. I think that she should just let the live go and start letting them be live requests. And then she, like I said, and then she just picks, and then and then that way she can have a balanced show as well. So it'll still be Kendra G singles, but it'll be, you know, however many she wants. If it's an hour episode and she has 3 men and 3 women, and you know, whatever. And then she can have, you know, I just love that. And then that way she can control the narrative and edit all the foolery, and also have actual viable candidates. And she really, I pray somebody shares this part with her. I really want her to actually have a show of viable candidates. That's what she needs to do. That's why I say live requests. She can still do her live requests on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, Snapchat, and TikTok, and all these platforms she's using, and just be live requests. And then she could do her TikTok show, and like I said, it's screened, so it's actual viable candidates from TikTok with their TikTok information. Boom, post that video, then do it from Facebook, post that video, do your Instagram video, post that video on YouTube, then do your YouTube selections. Boom, all of that. You have 5 shows, you know, every day of quality candidates, viable candidates. Then those other people that didn't make the cut, you can tell them privately, and you can even do behind the scenes footage on you talking one-on-one and telling them, hey, look, you're not going to be able to make today's show, but what I do want to encourage you to do is seek counseling, get a mentor, psychologist, you know, start your career. You know, viable candidates on this show have to be employed. They have to be stable. They have to present, and you should have a criteria. You should. If you're really, truly about people having love, connections, long-term connections, marriages, all that, then I feel take the next steps. Because a lot of people, like I said, I mean, read the comments. The proof is in the pudding. 90% of her guests are not an option. And, you know, they are humiliating themselves, and it's so alarming. And somebody put in the comments too, like, I don't think Kendra should change anything about her show because it's a direct reflection of the actual dating pool. And I'm like, that's not a healthy comment at all. Like, we don't need that. I remember one day Kendra was arguing with somebody about, because they were saying how, you know, basically there's nothing out there, and there's, you know, so much negative and whatever. And Kendra's like, I disagree with that. Like, it's really and truly your circle. You know, I know tons of people in healthy relationships, long-term marriages, they're getting married, like everything's working, they're thriving, you know. And so Kendra was like, I just really believe it's just your circle. She always says that. And then she deduces people down to that. When they ask for what they want, well, is that your experience? How did that work when you did that? How is that? Because you're saying things you want, but, and I'm saying to her, like, that's a weird comment or comeback when a person's putting out there what they want, and then you're telling them they can only have what they've been having. Because the truth of the matter is, if that's the case, then Kendra wouldn't be in the position that she's in, because she didn't wake up a multimillionaire. She had to go to college and work and keep trying and being broke and going through and having heartache and learning from those lessons and keep going and keep going. And now she's 45. It took her all the way to 45 to get here, you know? So it's like, you can't tell people they can't grow and they can't have what it is that's in their heart. You can't tell them they're limited to their experiences or to what happened in the past. We're learning, we're growing. It's like telling these guys that were in the NBA. Like, well, do you know anybody in the NBA? I mean, you coming out here every day talking about you going to the NBA, but do you know, is that in your experience? Is that in your family? Like, has anybody ever gone to the NBA in your family? You can't tell people, you can't talk to people like that. Like, we live by faith, not by sight. But you can take an assessment, like how she always want to talk about her data and doing this show for 3 years and all that stuff like that. Then your data should teach you to pre-screen and edit your show. And not everybody's not going to be on here. Now you have your platform, you have your followers, you have your numbers. So now it's time to prune. You're going to have to prune now. No, everybody's not going to. What we're doing live requests every day on these platforms. And then we're going to screen, and you still have tons of content with that, because that's going to help people identify themselves, and they're going to start saying, okay, I'm not ready to date. I'm not ready to date. And then maybe you'll create other groups. You know, you can create therapeutic groups, friend groups, Kendra G's activities, Kendra G game night, like where people can still socialize and experience the companionship they're looking for, the friendship they're looking for, but they're not dating, guys. These people that's unemployed, these people that's got, 17 kids by whoever and all that stuff like that, like these people that are living out in their cars and all this stuff like that, we want the best for each other, right? So sometimes we have to cover each other with the truth, and sometimes we have to just make executive decisions for our brand and our platform, because for me, it very much gives, that you're silly, that you're not to be respected and taken seriously. It gives me pick me energy, pick me from a standpoint that you don't care how you get your money, you just getting your money. It's like, I don't care who get on here, that's their fault, and I'm getting my money, I'm getting my views, and I'm just going, it's giving no integrity. You want to be respected and valued, right? But you don't give it. You're like, oh, it's not what you say. She's always told you she's not liable. She's not liable for any decision you make. If you decide to contact these people, you decide to go out with these people, if you this, you that. So yeah, every year, we always need to reflect and respond accordingly and grow and continue to elevate. And it's definitely a point of elevation for Miss Kendra G. Because just like you go up, you go right back down. If you refuse to evolve and elevate, then you will end up over with. This can end really quickly. And then, it'd be like, oh, I wish I would have this, I wish I would have that. Or you'll try to relaunch or revamp. But people will have such a bad taste in their mouths, and just considering you a goofy. Like that's really and truly what people will begin to think and feel, because it's very much giving that. It's very much giving, distasteful. And even with, disclaimers, oh, I'm not a social worker, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a therapist, I'm not this, yeah, and all I am is this, that, right? Well, all you are is a woman with a platform who says that they're about a certain thing, and so you have to have the actions that line up with that. And that's just that on that. So anyway, guys, comment down below, let me know what you guys think, what your thoughts are, if you watched the movie, if you didn't, if you have any recommendations for any good movies. I love to do it. I'm in the mood for nachos today. I think I'm gonna make some. We'll see what happens. When am I gonna see you guys again? When are we gonna see each other? When I don't